Good morning, everyone. This is Tanya Sidegigcrafts. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am doing a bento box tutorial for you. I know I've been showing these the last couple days, although this will be a little out of order. Doing Christmas in July, 12 days of Christmas in July. And this is one of the tutorials I want to give to you guys. And that's my gift to you. So you've seen me swapping these. I received this one in the mail and did a video on it yesterday. You saw one that I made for my swap partner, and today we're altering this to be a Christmas box. So you can make these and decorate them for any season. It doesn't matter. Who wouldn't love receiving a fun box filled with goodies that you made for them or found for them? These little boxes come out, of course. And you've got a nice little petition box. You can put some paper under here or maybe a notebook. You've got plenty of room for whatever you want to fill it in with. Now, I do want to start this and preface this with, I did not come up with this design. I will be sure to give you guys the information to the link to the video that I got this information from. I altered a little bit, but not really. I used the gal's measurements, and I apologize. I don't remember who it was, but I will link her video in the description box. She did a great job explaining it. She made a beautiful box. Obviously, this is going to be the third one that I make with you today, the third one that I've made, and I'm having a lot of fun with them. So I really appreciate her efforts and that she worked that out for us. So let's get started on this. It's pretty simple. I did a lot of the pre-work ahead of time to try to make this a little shorter for you guys. Box making is pretty simple. It's more about the decoration at this point. So let's start with the top of the box. This is going to be the lid. We need a 12 by 12 paper, and we are going to score this box or this paper. Makes it pretty easy, huh? If you have double-sided paper, you want to make sure you're using a nice cardstock, not paper. Okay, use a nice cardstock. If you use double-sided, you don't have to do as much decorating. I have white. I don't have it. I really don't have any of the other paper, so this is what I'm using, and I'm going to be decorating a lot. So, which is good because that'll make it a lot sturdier. Like this one, I've got. This one was also on white paper, and I've got it stacked so it makes it firmer and more rigid. So this box is going to last. Okay, it's not going to be a floppy woppy box. So that's what I'm aiming for, is a quality box. So 12 by 12 paper, we're going to go ahead and score at 1 inch all the way around. That is the 1 inch line, yes. Okay. Oh no, not 1 inch. I'm sorry. Take that back. I'm going to go ahead and leave that because we're going to be covering that anyway. Doggone it. I meant to say 1 7/8. I was totally on the wrong track. I can leave that paper. I'm going to be covering this anyway because I did use white paper. Oops, 1 7/8 is right here by the 2. All right, 1 7/8. This is the top. This is the lid. So 1 7/8 all the way around. 1 7/8 all the way around. Okay. I have to be careful on my tiny board. I need a big one. I need a big scoreboard. I don't know why I'm putting it off. I need to just do it. But I just have this little one for now, so that's what I'm using. And I lost my other bone folder that fits it better. So I'm using this tool, which is a little bit more awkward. Now, because it's short, I have to flip it over and connect the lines. Again, a little inconvenient, but it works. Okay. Can't believe I did that, but I've been making the smaller boxes for the other ones, so I made that mistake. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna do all the scoring and then we'll do the cutting. This is the bottom of the box, another 12 by 12 paper. Again, you can use your double-sided cardstock. This one, the lid was 1 7/8. We're scoring. This one we're gonna be scoring at 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches. The bottom box has to be a little smaller than the top of the box so that they'll fit together. This one is at 2 inches. There we go. And I've got to flip this over and connect the dots. Oops, that was really crooked. Connect those dots. So this video, even though I'm not sure which day you're seeing it on, but I am actually filming on the 4th of July. So I hope you are all having a very safe holiday this 4th of July. I'll be working as per usual. So just stay safe out there. All right, now on both the lid and the bottom of the box, we're going to go ahead and take a little notch out of that tab. Oops, I need to go straight to that corner to make it fold easier. It just takes a little bit of that paper out so that it folds a little easier. You don't want to take too much because then it gets a little crazy and your box will not be straight. And I did not cut that straight either. Gosh. My hands are shaking a little bit this morning. I don't know why. Didn't drink my caffeine. I don't have coffee this morning. I actually have Sprite in my cup this morning. Maybe I needed that caffeine today. Level me out a little bit. Kind of crazy. I love drinking my coffee when I'm crafting, but today I don't know why. Picked something else. Maybe because I'm sweating. It's hot. It's July, don't you know? What are we drinking a coffee for in July? Should be a fun day at work. It's going to be quiet. I think it's going to be a quiet day at work today. I'm just kind of guessing. It's funny because everybody thinks, oh, 4th of July, everybody's going to come in and get their barbecue. No, those people, at least where we live, or where our store is, we have a lot of folks who have vacation homes elsewhere. And they leave for the weekend. We'll have some customers. We will. We'll have people that did stay home for the holiday, but for the most part, a lot of our folks, they go out of town. So it's usually pretty quiet. We can get stuff done. I never complain about getting stuff done. All right. Now, since this is not double-sided, we're going to go ahead and fold. If you do have double-sided paper, this is where you want to decide which one's going to be on the outside and which side is going to be on the inside, what's going to show and what's not, all that good stuff, so that you're folding properly. And burnishing. I do like to burnish the boxes just to make sure they're folded correctly and sharply so that they look like a nice box. We're going to fold this on the right, on the correct one. This is where I have my 2 lines, so I want to make sure I'm folding on the right one. Right there. Like I said, this is the 3rd time I've made this, and I'm just having fun with it. I think it's fun to fill them up. I love decorating them. That's been a lot of fun. All right, once these are cut and folded, we can go ahead and glue them. You can use tape if you prefer. I'm going to use glue. And for me, because I'm going to be lining both sides of my box, I don't want it white. I'm going to be changing the inside and the outside. It doesn't matter which way those fold. I'm going to go ahead and fold them in. Forgot to burnish that one. Guys, hear my cat climbing into the closet? Yes, I hear you, Cash. Little sassy kitty. You peeking out at me. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Huh? You gonna go find a nice space and take a nap? A nice cat nap? She just ate her breakfast. And now she's just being sassy Cash. Sassy Cash. She has a spot in the closet in here is where I store my suitcase for when I do travel, because I don't travel much. I only have 1 suitcase, I think. There might be one inside of it. I don't think so. I think there's just one. And she has managed to push that suitcase out far enough from the wall in the tight little squeezy closet and make a little nest behind it. So when I can't find her, she's most likely in that spot, sleeping behind the suitcase in the closet. And now she's going to sit in there and cry because I'm talking about her. All right, so we're going to have, that's the one part. Now let's do the same thing to the other one. Like I said, I've got most of this cut. Well, it's all cut, I think. I think I did a pretty good job cutting everything out. Sometimes I forget pieces, but we'll figure that out as we go. And some of it I've even got trimmed up and ready to just fold, so it won't be as long a video, I hope. Tried to save some of the time, right? Those of you who stick out my long videos, I really do appreciate you. Those of you who just let them run in the background, thank you too. I know that sounds silly, but it really does help our algorithm. It helps our channel. Even if you're not paying attention, it's all good. But I love it when you do, and I love when you craft along. I love that. I love when you comment. Even if you're not making what I'm making, I love it when you craft along. Love being able to inspire at all. So let's go ahead and glue these really quick. Like I said, this is not rocket science. It's really easy. Anybody can do this. I promise you, if you have not done this before, try it. It's so easy. Sometimes when you're thinking, I need a gift box and I don't have anything, well, here you go. I just am showing you how. You don't even have to do the inserts in the middle. You can just do the box on the outside. You need it bigger, make it bigger. You need it smaller, make it smaller. It's not difficult. It really isn't. It's really pretty easy and fun. Anybody can do this. Anybody. All right, this one. Okay, so now we have a top and a bottom. And I can't remember which is which. This is probably the bottom because it looks like it's taller. So now that we've done that with just that little bit of size difference, remember the 1/8 of an inch? That's all we need to make this fit, okay? So now let's go ahead and start working with the bottom of the box. What we need to do is inside, bottom. All right, here's my stack for the inside, bottom, okay? We've got, now remember this is kind of flimsy cardstock. It's not super strong. So I need to make it stronger. What I'm gonna do, I took some of my papers that I don't like and I cut strips 8 by 2, 8 inches by 2 inches. I made 4 of these. Now what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna glue them inside. This is just to make my box stronger, okay? Not for decoration because I don't care for this paper. So I'm using it up. I got this in a de-stash from a friend. And it's just not paper I'll ever probably use. So I'm just going to glue these strips on the inside of my box, making sure they're nice and sturdy and well glued down. Pretty quick. We're going to do the same thing on the inside of the lid because we want it to be strong and sturdy. Okay, we're going to put the white side. I like to put the white side to the back because we're going to put decorative paper on both sides. I want to make sure that you can't see the print through the decorative paper. All right. One more on the inside of this one. Come on, this glue is not coming out real well. There we go, we're getting a little better. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna just kind of press these down. We're gonna do it again now. First, I'm gonna take, you know what, I did You know what I did? Hang on a second. I have 2 more of these. Which one's the small one? I cut 2. I need the smaller one. This paper is also for the bottom of the box. It's going to be 8 by 8. This is also one that this is more that I don't care for paper. It's going to go face down. This is not going to show, just to make that box sturdy. I don't know what you're going to put in your box, but if it's heavy at all, you're going to want some support in the bottom of that box. You don't want it sagging when somebody picks it up, right? So it needs to be nice and firm. And being that it's 8 by 8, that's the same size as the bottom of the box. It should fit in there nice and snug. Press that guy down. And it's already getting so much sturdier. Now, we want it to be pretty, right? I don't want it to be white. I really don't. So we're going to put this pretty paper inside. This is paper I like. So this design is coming up to the top. There we go. All around. I like to use glue on this. I feel like the glue helps make it firmer and stronger. I don't feel like tape does quite the same way. So I prefer the glue. I think that just adds an extra bonding strength. So we're going to spread that glue out underneath there real good. Make it nice and smooth. Look at that, it's coming along. And we also need the inside decorated, so I've got more strips that I cut. This is the 8 by 8. These are also 8 by 2. These are going to go on the side with the inside, with the design to the inside, so that you can see it. So this is going to go from flimsy box to sturdy box right now. And we're also going to be putting decorative, well, you don't have to actually, especially if you have decorative paper, you don't have to put another layer on the outside. And if your paper's strong enough, you probably don't even have to do this, but you do want to make sure it's nice and sturdy. I know with just this white cardstock, it would not be what I want to give to somebody. So I'm going the extra mile. And I don't mind if there's little white creases in there, but that doesn't bother me. It's not going to be a problem. It shouldn't bother the recipient because it's a gift, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it's just something you want to keep for you. Maybe this is something you want to do to store some of your goodies. Maybe some of your crafting supplies, buttons, lace, something like that. That would be fun. Maybe that's something you want to do. Maybe your stationery supplies would be fun to fill up with cards, little notebooks. Maybe there's some things you want to keep together and you don't have another storage idea, but plenty of paper, right? Seems like we all have plenty of paper laying around. All right, so there it is. There's the decorative part of this box. That's it for this. We're gonna do the outside too. Let's see if I've actually got the outside bottom pieces. These are also going to be 8 inches by 2 inches. They might have a little gap at the edge, and I'm okay with that. So we need 4 of those to go all the way around the outside of the box. So let's go ahead and do that, and then this bottom box will be finished. So I'm ending up with, is that 4 thicknesses? 1, 2, 3, 4 thicknesses of paper around that box. So that's going to be pretty strong. And like I said, that's me. That's what I want to do. You may not have to do that. You'll know as you make it if you need it to be stronger, depending on what you're putting in there. Okay, this is going to be pretty thick and pretty sturdy. I love it. Doesn't mean it can't get smashed, but it's going to be a lot stronger. There we go. There's number 2. Press that down, make sure it's nice and firm on there. Okay. Yeah, my addition of paper is my own take. So when you see the other video, she doesn't put as much paper on there. I'm pretty sure she used more decorative or double-sided or something. I can't remember for sure. Because I watched it, got the measurements, got the ideas, and then went and did my own thing. That's what I like to do. I love the ability in paper crafts and all crafting really to kind of make it your own. Love that. Get the idea and run with it. I've had a little mojo issues lately, as I think I've mentioned before. So I'm trying to, but I don't like to be a copycat either. I like to make things my own. All right, so there we go. We've got this box done. Make sure that your edges are glued down really well if you coated the outside, because you don't want the lid to catch on there. It shouldn't. It seems like there's enough clearance on that lid that it shouldn't catch on there, but you know, just watch for that. All right, we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna kind of do the same thing to the lid. Let's just start off with the centerpiece. Now this lid is bigger, so you have to remember that that square is gonna be a little bigger. It's gonna be 8 1/8. And you might be, as I'm looking at it, able to do 8 2/8 might be a better fit. It might be a little tighter, depending on how well your score marks came out. I think I could have done 8 2/8 easily, which is probably going to be true around the strips too. But you know what? Again, for me, I'm not worried about it if there's a little gap. So if you don't like that gap, try with 8 2/8. And if that doesn't work, then just cut it down a little. You can always cut it down. You can't cut it bigger, right? Cut it smaller, not bigger. Now for this top of the lid, we're going to do the same thing. Let's go ahead and put the decorative down. Again, it's 8 1/8, but you can see a little bit with this one because of the color difference, the contrast. There's a little bit of an edge. That's all right. It's all right. So we're gonna go ahead and decorate the inside of this one. Let's get this piece down. We're almost done, you guys. So if it seems like it's gonna take forever, it's not, I promise. I've got the other pieces pretty much cut and ready to go. There's not much left. Okay, so that one goes there. I'm gonna smooth that down. Once you've got the, the idea behind making a box, it's really not that tough. Now these are gonna be, I've got decorative and I've got the supports. So these are the supports. These are gonna be 8 1/8 by 1 7/8. Remember, our score line wasn't as thick on this one because we want that the lid to not come down so far over the box. It's because of the spatial relationship there. So this is just the support. So I'm putting glue on the decorative side because I don't care for this paper. I don't mean anything bad about this paper, really. I don't. I just don't care for it. I don't know what I'd use it for, so. If I had a purpose for it, I'd probably like it. I just don't. At least not at this time. But I don't want it to sit around for 6 years either. Now this was just a scrap from some other paper I was using. I do love this paper. But it was a scrap and I needed it for this. So that's what I'm using it for. Waste not, want not. Okay. And there we go. Looks like I only needed one more paper. That's why I probably used that one. I ran out of this one. Okay, nice and firm. You know what I may have done? I may have forgot to cut the decorative side. No, I got them right there. I see them. Oh. You know what I did, you guys? Oh my gosh. So this is the paper I was going to use for the top of the box. Shoot. I did it backwards. I wonder how much I care. I think I'm going to just keep going the way it is. It'll be fine. The measurements are the same, don't get me wrong. The measurements are the same for the inside strips and the decorative piece on the outside, but I think I did my pattern backwards. But it's all right. I'm just gonna go with it. It doesn't make that much difference. So the inside of this top lid will be this wood looking stuff. That's a little off, but that's all right. This was gonna be on the outside. Kick myself for that one. That's all right. I'll just have to rethink how I'm gonna decorate it. Actually, I say that as if I had already thought about it. I haven't thought about it. I have not thought about how to decorate it yet. I haven't got that far. And again, if the white gaps bother you, again, cut this a little bit different. Cut that bottom piece to 8 2/8. And then cut it down if you need to. You can do that with the length of these strips too. 8 2/8 long by 1 7/8. 1 7/8 is perfect, but it looks like my scoring was off a little bit. Not really a problem, unless you don't like that look. I kind of like it. It kind of frames it out and just gives it a little extra interest, in my opinion. All right, so that's the inside of this one. Now let's do the outside. So I've got, again, the same measurements. I've got 4 strips of the 8 by 1/8, or sorry, 4 strips of the 8 1/8 by 1 7/8. Those are going to go around the outside, and then the lid for the top. This was supposed to go on the inside. I'm going to put it on the outside. So this is going to go here. Sorry, I probably was off screen there. Not that you've never seen anybody glue before. Okay. We'll just do our best to place this in the center. Man, it's hot in here, you guys. Got my ceiling fan going. I've got my air conditioner on. I'm sweating. It's hot. Okay, I'm going to turn this over and press it this way too. Just to make sure. Okay. It's getting really strong. I love that. You can really feel it coming together and feeling like a really nice box. And then these go on the outside, just like we did with the bottom. Place them on there. Again, if you cut this at 8 2/8, you won't have the white. Probably. I may have actually shrunk this one a little bit, knowing that it was going to go on the inside. I probably didn't cut it at 8 1/8 because I knew that as I layered my paper, it's going to get thinner, narrower and narrower because of the layers. So I probably cut this one just shy of that. So I'll probably have a little bit bigger gaps, but again, it's fine with me. But you can use that as part of your decoration. You can actually put little pieces over that. Maybe you want to put corner design on it. Be cute to put like little little strips of black paper over the edges here maybe, or something like that. I don't know. You get to decorate it how you want to. I'm just sharing how I did it today and sharing the video that I got this information from, of course. We need to always give credit where it's due, right? And I did not make this up. Okay. There we go. That's fully decorated. So we have our box, okay? It's a little soggy at the moment because it's wet, but our box fits perfect. There it is. And now we need the boxes to go inside of it because it is a bento, right? Now these I've already cut out, and I did the cutting on them, so that all I have to do is fold them and glue them. So the first box is going to be the long one. This is going to be 6.5 inches across by 10 inches. So 6.5 by 10. We're going to score it at 1 inch. I've already done that. So we're just going to fold. And if you're using single-sided paper like I am, and you want your design to show, fold it so that the design is on the inside of the box, right? You don't want it on the outside like I did earlier, because then you're going to have a white box in there, and that's not going to be probably what you want. So make sure you're folding the design to the inside. If you have double-sided paper, make sure that you fold the side that you want to show to the inside. The outside of this box will not show until you take it out, if you take it out. So okay. I need to do this quickly for you, not keep you here for an hour and a half. Also have to go to work today, so try not to slam things too, but you see how well that's working out. Slam, slam, slam. All right, there's that. Now, just like any other box, we're going to go ahead and glue this. I'm going to glue it to the outside this time because I don't want it to affect my design on the inside, because that's the side that's going to show. Just line those up. There we go. Pretty simple, right? It's really not a hard project. I think if you have the measurements and kind of seen it done once, you'll get it. You'll get it easy. Okay, so there's that one. This is the long one. So this is going to go in here this way. Okay, now the next one is going to be, which one's the small one? This one's the square 5 3/8 by 5 3/8 square. I'll just leave this here so you guys can see that. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if it's on screen or not. Let's put it there. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm folding it the wrong way. Why didn't you stop me? Fold it the right way. The first one I did this morning, I folded it the wrong way, and I had already glued it before I realized it. I'm like, no, I had to start all over on that one. Felt very silly about it. There we go. And once again, I'm trying to use this Nuvo glue. There we go. Almost done with this one, and then we just have the one more. Super simple. If your boxes end up just a little crooked, you can take your scissors, just trim it up. There's our second box. And our last box is going to be 6.5 inches by 5 3/8 inches. Oh, and I forgot to talk to you about that. Well, we already trimmed these up, like we did the outside boxes, so don't forget to trim those on the tabs. I didn't talk to you about that, but I'm sure you saw it. Remember, we make the boxes, kind of the same rules for boxes all the time, right? So if you trim those sides up on the tabs, it'll be easier to fold. Very pretty. Almost there. Almost. Almost. There's one. Two corners. Three corners. All right, now I'm not going to be decorating this with you today because this is going to be a for a swap, and I don't want my partner to see how it ends up. One's a gift and one's a swap, so I've got two made. There we go. This is going to fit in perfectly right here if I did it right, which I think I did. There we go. All three boxes in there. Now, another thing you could do if you wanted to, if you didn't intend for these to ever come out, you could just glue them in or glue them together, or you could glue them in or glue them together so that they come out as one. That's something you could do with it too. Would be kind of fun, just depending on how you plan to use it. So fill it up with your goodies, whatever they may be, your gifts or your treasures. Put that lid on, decorate it, make it yours, and give it away. Or keep it. So there's two Christmas boxes for Christmas in July. I hope you guys are having a wonderful 4th of July, which is when I'm recording this. And I hope you're all safe, happy. Just know that you're loved. I'm going to see you in the next video. I hope you're enjoying this series. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.